All right, it's April the 5th. It's absolutely gorgeous, 75 degrees, and we're in quarantine. So we're just trying to stay busy at home. Hardware stores are open. Thankfully, part of the law, we can go under advisement. I'll talk about that in a little bit, how you can go to Lowe's and stay 6 feet from people and obey all the rules and all that good stuff. Try to keep this video short-ish, just so you guys can hang in there with me, but I want to give you an overview as to how we built our little fire pit area. The way the Wilkinson team works is Bethany dreams it and I build it, and teamwork makes the dream work. So let me show you guys kind of what we have going on. We'll start with the fire pit and then we'll work our way around, and then I'll show you some materials and different things. From a DIY, do-it-yourself standpoint, this kind of ranges. There's some stuff that was kind of easy and there's some stuff that's kind of hard. So if you want to comment and ask me any questions you want to, feel free to. But first we have our little fire pit. Now this is a fire pit kit. I'll show you the blocks for it here in a minute. But you buy this at a landscape store and they are not cheap. I can't even actually tell you what it costs new because my brother, who does hardscaping, Pinnacle Ground Management, Kurt Wilkinson, but my brother does this professionally. So if you would like someone to professionally do this, then my brother would be your guy and I can put you in touch with him. But we have fire pit block on the bottom, which I'll show you in a minute. We have the caps that I had to cut at the top with a concrete saw. You can get these also pre-cut with the kit. But you know, you just got to get down to bedrock. And so if you've got topsoil, you do not want to build this on topsoil. You want to dig down till you find some clay and then build it level on the clay. And you just wrap the block and overlap your seams, and you get a construction like a concrete adhesive from the mortar and concrete section at Lowe's. And you just put like 2 drops and then set down your block. 2 drops, set down your block. Now when you put the block on here, okay, do your row, get it perfect. The first course, you butt your blocks together with glue on the insides. The second course, you can just put 2 streams of glue, 2 little lines, and then you put your block down on top of that. But do your whole second course first. When you get it perfect, you pull 1 block out, you put a little glue down, you put that 1 block back in. Then you go to the next block, pull it out, put the glue down, put it back in. That way it stays perfect. And you can do that all 3 or 4 courses, how much ever high you go. Kind of the same principle with the top. Let the glue set up and dry. It cures in about 48 hours. And that's pretty much it on the fire pit. You just got to get the kit, put it on a firm foundation. If you don't have a very firm foundation, you can go get Crush and Run or ABC Rock from a local landscape supply place. And you can take a tamper or the back end of a shovel and just really beat that thing down and get it firm. But you want your fire pit, because of the sheer weight of it, to be sitting on firm ground so it doesn't move once you get it level. So anyways, that's the fire pit. Some complicated stuff with that, but you can do it with some YouTube videos and with some guidance. So let's talk about these poles. These are 6x6s, $32 from Lowe's plus tax. They're not cheap, but they last forever. They're pressure treated. I do not recommend you try to dig these holes by hand. You need this to be about 4 feet deep, about 12 inches in diameter, and that would take you probably in good soil about 45 minutes a hole to hand dig that, and some really ripped shoulders. So if you've got plenty of help and you got plenty of hole diggers, then knock yourself out. But if you've got a little bit of money and time and you want to go rent an auger machine, you can do it that way. Or if you've got a neighbor that already has a tractor, that's what I did. I paid my neighbor 50 bucks. He came down here. It took him about 25 minutes to do all 4 holes, and it was glorious. And he has a 12-inch auger bit. He went down 4 feet, and then he pulled it out. I had to clean the holes up a little bit. You might have seen that video of me goofing around putting Isaiah down inside of it. It was a really big hole, 4 feet deep, 12 inches wide. We dropped the pole in there. I covered it 75% of the way with dirt, tamped it in all along the way while keeping it level. I faced the front of the wood towards the fire pit just for aesthetics to make it look pretty good. And I always wrap the very top 12 inches or so in concrete. Okay, so we did wrap the collar in concrete, and then we finished it off with a little bit of dirt. But nice and firm. As you can see, our kids are demoing it for us. And
tell us how you measured to make sure that it was all even spaced and such.
So what I did was I took the pole like this, which this is not the right pole. I've already cut on this one, but you'll see my little white paint line. And so I took the pole when it was long, and it went all the way to the base of my pit. Okay, so imagine that white line was here. So that white line is here. So all I did was I sprayed like this, and then I'd move a little bit, put it back up against the fire pit. Spray like this, move it a little bit, put it back up against the fire pit, spray. That way I get a perfect 7-foot diameter circle all the way around. And that's how we measured the perfect circle and based it on the fire pit. Just use a 2x4 or a pole or whatever you can get to paint and mark it at 7 feet, and then just take it in a circle. That's how you got your circle. So these beams are placed 7 feet away, which puts our...
From the fire pit or from the center?
From the edge of the fire pit.
Edge, outside, okay.
So that puts our hammocks at a good safe distance from the fire pit. The fire pit is small, so it should never be hot enough to where this is too hot. If anything, it'll be a little cool, but you can kind of swing and it's a good distance. You also can still put chairs in here. These guys I got from Target, I'll show you that in a minute because I got the box over there. Let's talk about these eye hooks. These are the heaviest duty eye hooks that you can buy at Lowe's. They're on the hardware aisle. They're about 5 inches long, and you just pre-drill a hole. Yep, you just pre-drill a hole in there.
I learned that from makeup videos.
Makeup videos, yeah, that's good. Oh, man. Cadence knew that one.
I really don't watch makeup videos, but people that make fun of them, that's...
So pre-drill your hole, and then you take a pair of pliers and put the pliers in there, and you spin that thing all the way in, just as deep as it'll go to get it good and firm. And those eye hooks work out pretty good. I spaced these beams 128 inches from center to center. They're not perfect, and because they're not perfect, you'll have to kind of make up for that, which I'll show you on this last sling. This one worked out perfect the way it was planned, where I could just literally clip right into the eye hook with the factory clips on the sling. Over here I was able to do the same thing. These are 128 inches apart. It gives you some play. I put these at about face level, okay, to make the sling good to get inside of it. I think Levi's inside here. Wow, look at that, all cocooned up in the beautiful weather. I put these at about face value. Notice, I mean, I'm a whopping 5'7", so just notice about where they are, you know, to get it good to where they're tight, but they're also low enough to get inside of.
All right, what about this hardware up here?
So those are just standard electrical staples. They're plastic, so they protect your wire. When you go to nail it in, it doesn't break the sheathing on the wire, so you don't have any wiring issues or grounding issues.
That's something I would not know as your typical homeowner
consumer. Those are about $5 or $6 for a bag of like 100. You can't get them in small quantities.
All right, what sets these lights apart?
These lights have plastic bulbs. They're Edison bulbs, so they're more campy.
So they're Wilkinson proof?
They're I don't know about that.
You might not be able to bust them with a
can break anything.
Pellet gun.
But they're fully replaceable, so I'm too short for that one. But you know, if one burns out, you just go to Lowe's, get another one, Edison bulb. They're kind of a plastic shell.
These were on sale as of yesterday.
Right, they were $50, and they're normally $90.
And we only needed one strand or one box? What is it?
Right. I took a roller measurer, and I figured out what the diameter of my circle was, and kind of calculated that I would be able to do it with a 48-inch. All right. So here's how I had to adjust this one. These poles ended up being a little further apart from each other, and this is a different brand sling as well, but we've had a little longer, so it wasn't quite as long as the new ones that I just bought. So all I did was took just some chain and an angle grinder, and just cut me a little section of chain. And then these shackles are $4.31.
Now, would Lowe's be able to cut that for someone?
Yes, Lowe's can cut chain.
But can you order it if they're not trying to go in the store?
No, chain comes in a roll at Lowe's.
But someone there, because not everyone has a angle grinder, so is that what you said?
Right. Not everybody has an angle grinder, so you can get the guy at Lowe's to cut it for you. Just tell him you want it in 12-inch sections or whatever.
If you need it.
And then see this little shackle right here?
But some people put straps or something, don't they? Like,
you can do straps. Well, yeah, but the problem with straps is you're going to be sitting here tying a knot.
Yeah.
And then that knot is, with underweight, that knot is going to get impossible to ever take apart. You'll never be able to get the knot out if you use a knot. So I recommend something like this shackle. If I want to take this off, well, of course I could just take it off from here. But all I have to do is unscrew this shackle. It's a 1,200-pound rated shackle. It's also where these eye hooks are. They're in the same section. They're $4 a piece. These are $2 a piece. So not a huge cost with that. But this chain is adjustable, so if we want it to go up and down, that's what's cool about that.
Cool.
Can't really adjust these unless I want to put them up higher, but I can adjust this one. All right, so let's go over here. And, I mean, the lights, there's really nothing to it. I mean, it worked out perfect from a space standpoint. I would like to bury some wire eventually, so I don't have to have wire running across the ground. But for right now, this will do. It's really beautiful at night. You probably saw that on my Instagram. So let's close the video off talking about just some products, just so you can see this. This is that's what the fire pit block looks like. It's already pre-cut, so it goes together in a circle. Obviously, not a perfect circle. You have to kind of mess with it a little bit to get it right, but it's got the face done. And this is what the capstone looks like. I just used my electric concrete saw to cut them. And you know, from a geometry standpoint, I can't really help you there. You can watch a YouTube video on how to make up your angles, or you can just do the common sense thing and lay them across each other and draw lines.
So that's what comes in the kit?
Well,
Because your average
in the
homeowner
kit-
will not have that concrete
angle
saw.
grinder. In the kit, if you buy the entire kit, which again, I don't even want to guess at how much they are, but Kurt said they're really expensive. So it might be $700-800 for a whole kit. I don't know. But this is already pre-cut. These also would be pre-cut if you ordered the whole kit. And if you order a kit, it comes with a fire ring, a metal ring that goes inside and has like a little griller thing that you can flip. So it's really nice, but it's super expensive.
Okay.
We didn't pay all that money for that. So anyways, that's what the poles look like. That they're open in the middle, the ones that have our entryway where the lights are hanging
In
over
the
there.
fencing section?
This is in the fencing section. This is a chain link fence, galvanized pole. It's a top rail, and it's open in the middle, so you actually can put this on good soft dirt and just whack on it from the top with a mini
Could
sledgehammer.
you use that for the hammocks or no?
Heck no. Yeah, these things would be, I could almost break this over my knee. They're not, this is only for lighting.
Well, that's a little exaggerated.
Yeah. Honestly, these things, I could,
I mean,
I could, watch this.
so, all right.
And look, I bent it.
So you couldn't concrete that in the ground. It would bend with a
You could concrete
with a
this to
heavy
the ground
person.
to hang a light on it, but you could not hang a
Okay.
hammock on this.
All
Only
right.
on the 6x6s. I wouldn't even try to hang a hammock on a 4x4 post. Because a 4x4 post, you can get it straight and you can get it solid.
Which looks like
but when
what?
you're-
Which looks like that thing that's over there in the ditch?
This is a 4x4 post.
Okay. You gotta do the hand thing
See the
to
4x4?
show the.
How big is your fish?
Okay.
That's a 4x4
To show your
post.
mascara.
Okay. This would hold your weight, but it's going to bend like a tree like this when you're going back and forth.
Okay,
you
and
need
so
to
these
step
are the
up to
6x6.
6x6s if you want to minimize movement while you're swinging. 6x6 is what I would recommend. So this is what
Well,
a
follow it on your
typical-
face, Tootie.
This is what a typical strap looks like. If you wanted to not try to get perfect with your measurements like I did, I wanted a symmetrical looking fire pit, so I did 128 inches from center to center. But if you just wanted to space them like 130, 135 inches, then you can just use your standard strap that comes with your hammock. This thing came in the hammock that I bought from Target. These are 30 bucks from Target, okay? In the camping section, 30 bucks, good quality, comes with this strap, and you can wrap this around any tree or a pole and hook your sling up that way, okay? These are the lights that I bought at Lowe's. Little commercial guys, and they're not
that's the,
LED. This was false advertising.
That's actually the Spanish side, so let's go around here. Commercial grade.
Yeah, and it says LED, but those are not LED.
No,
Those
they're
are-
more
those are
yellowy.
Edison-
Yeah,
those
they're
are Edison
nice.
lights. So I don't know if I bought an open pack or what.
All right,
so.
cool. We're at 13 minutes.
Oh wow, long video. Okay, so hope you guys enjoyed learning about the little fire pit that we put together. Obviously, we could have gone even more crazy with this and done like a patio and did some leveling, but my wife, who's a great designer and dreamer, says I want it to look campy, which it does. It feels like we can camp in our backyard, and during the quarantine, that's exactly what you want to be able to do, is camp in your backyard. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up, and
Cool.
be happy to walk you through.